you'll be surprised. But no, Jake, it's been a year since we worked with each other, right? And this is what you look like at the start, right? And latest check-in, like, mate, we blitzed off 10 to 15 kilo. Like, you can see the visual differences. But my question for you, lad, is like, what were you like before joining Core Fitness?
I think maybe slightly more, I guess self-conscious is probably the key word, right? Not to the point where it was too damaging, but whereas very much like 28 degrees outside, I'll make sure I've got a hoodie on over a t-shirt and that sort of thing. Not even or a jumper or something, just because so yeah, self-conscious, bit more reserved as well. When I'm around people necessarily I'm not as comfortable with, maybe aren't my good friends. So
Mm.
I think that's the side that you don't see from maybe going to the gym and actually committing to something and losing that weight is that you become a lot more comfortable with people that necessarily aren't in your sort of main circle as well, which is quite nice as well.
Mm. No, and yeah, but like, guys, I was speaking to Jake prior to this interview, and we're just talking about how much he's changed, and yeah, not only like physically but mentally as well. But what was you struggling with the most before coming to us?
I think it was maybe actually committing to a routine, not really knowing where to go. So I'd go into maybe going to the gym maybe once a week if I was bored and do the same 3 or 4 workouts, then do a 15-minute bike ride and get out of there as quickly as possible without really feeling like a sense of achievement or anything like that.
Mhm. No, I completely understand that. You get a lot of frustration. A lot of people do come to us quite frustrated with just staying the same and not seeing any changes. But what made you decide to join us in particular?
So I got a referral from my good friend Dylan, and I saw, I mean, you could see the visual progress he had over the space of like 2 or 3 months. He went from someone that he'd say himself he was quite skinny, and then suddenly he had these big old biceps that came out of nowhere, and we were all like, how has he managed that then? So
Yeah.
yeah, I thought it was just good time as well, good time sort of push towards the end of summer would be good to sort of look in over autumn, winter, so that I was feeling more confident ready for this year as well, which has been it's been really nice as well, to be fair.
That's wicked. I mean, like I said, yeah, Dylan worked with us and he made a transformation, and you saw the change. You must have been like, "Right, how has he done that then?" But no,
Yeah,
that's pretty cool. Like, obviously, like I said, with our clients, they do see each other like just grow as a individual. And a lot of people scratch their heads and how the fuck's he done that then? But yeah, it makes a big difference. But what changes have you started to see, Jake? Obviously, like I would say physically, mentally, and yeah, physically or mentally, or in your daily life. What changes have you seen in
yeah.
the program?
Physically, it's nice to be able to just naturally be stronger and be able to lift heavier. That's quite a nice, rewarding feeling. And then also with sort of golf, being able to hit the ball further,
Hmm.
s- straighter, feel, and also not feel dead on my feet after playing 18 holes. I go out there and easily play another round and not be an issue, which for the tournaments that I've been playing this year has been quite a nice feeling to have that sense of feeling refreshed. Physically as well, like I can see the not necessarily maybe this morning. I haven't showered yet, guys. So you got to forgive me. I'm a bit puffy, but
Yeah,
just the weight's dropped off my face quite a lot.
yeah,
Lost
bro. Like,
lost my love handles, that sort of thing. So
if you look at like your actual visuals when you first started, like I said this to Jake at the start, like it's crazy. Like the love handles, like the visual face fat, like
yeah,
so
lack of muscles on the arms as well, and all of that.
it's crazy how much you've actually developed, not only like physically, but like mentally as well, bro. Like the Jake I knew, the first progress which I showed you, like that guy didn't have no routine. He didn't know what to eat. But now he's thriving, and that's something really good to see. But I have to ask you, Jake, like obviously there's a lot of things we cover in our program, but what's really benefited you the most? Is it the training? Is it the nutrition? Is it the mindset? What do you think genuinely helped you the most?
Yeah, I mean all three you mentioned have been really important. I guess for me personally, especially with starting, it been the training guide itself, adapting that over time, and then also the sort of mindset. Because I think there's no point in having all these exercises given to you if you don't have if you haven't learned the mindset to be able to go and actually implement them week in, week out. So I think that's probably the main one is being able to go, yeah, I'm going to the gym today. I'm going to today, Wednesday, Friday, without fail, and that's my priority, as opposed to, oh, I'll go if I've got time and I'm not doing anything else.
Hmm. No, that makes complete sense. Like I said, it's all about obviously the mindset of doing what you can and controlling what you can control, and that's massive. But say if my name was flipping Bob, right, and I was like, oh right,
Yeah.
I like what Luke and Dylan does, and I was contemplating joining Core Fitness. What would you say to someone that's on the fence?
I'd say it's definitely worth it. Like especially. first sort of 3 6 months, you really get that sort of initial, not necessarily kick, depending on who you are, it can be a kick up the arse. It can be that bit of motivation and growth that you need. So looking and going, here's my push pull leg split that I wouldn't know how to do. I just go in and hammer bench all the time and wonder why I'm not growing. I think the sort of in-depth knowledge that you guys provide, along with the confidence boosting and um, the sort of accountability, is something that you can't really necessarily get elsewhere.
100%. And like I said, what we do it's not only just us though. Like we only work with clients that are dedicated to the cause. And Jake, you came in wanting to fucking change, and you made that change, bro. And that's something to be extremely proud of. But how do you feel about investing in yourself now? Like, how do you feel after you've now finally invested in yourself?
Yeah, I think it was I think always, yeah, it's been beneficial for me last year because um like they've not necessarily thought about the financial side of it either. I thought, if I can't invest in myself, what else can I invest in, sort of thing. So I think you have to be able to put the work in, and sort of once you start to see the progress, that's when that reward sense of reward comes, and it gets to the point where you're like, okay, we've made a start. Let's see how much further we can take it as well. So yeah, definitely really rewarding in that side of things.
100%, bro. And yeah, I'm extremely proud of how far you've come. Not only obviously, bro, like it's been, guys, as you know, it's been a year to this day since he since he last
Yeah,
been. So and yeah, it's just something, just it's crazy to see people develop, especially Jake, in terms of in terms of what he's achieved physically and mentally as well. But my last question for you, lad, is what's next for you? I know that your golf's leveled up massively this year. Yeah, but what's next for you on this transformation, bro?
yeah. I think just keep shedding body fat. I want my body fat percentage to drop. Um, Other goals, sort of. I had an ankle issue as well when I first started dealing, which has been pretty much resolved now. I broke my ankle a few years back and it never sort of healed properly, but that's a lot stronger now. So I can use that my right ankle a lot more, whether that be football or pivoting my golf swing or anything. So I think keeping that as strong as possible, starting to get potentially back into some sort of impact cardio, whether that be running or anything along those lines as well. So I think it's just the start for me personally. And yeah, come 2026, hopefully we can level up again once we got all this jaw surgery and all that out of the way.
Yeah, of course. And like this is not a final goodbye, it never is. But yeah, man, it's crazy. It's crazy, especially the ankle side of things. I remember when you first came to me, like your ankle's fucked basically.
Yeah,
But now
that's one way of putting it. Yeah,
it's all steady now, bro. It's all steady. But yeah, bro, I just want to wrap up by saying like, yeah, words can't describe how proud I am of you. And yeah, this is only a start. It's only a start of just many things to come, many things to come. And obviously this year we're gonna fucking level up for sure. But yeah, bro, I appreciate the interview and
appreciate it, mate.
thank you, brother. Appreciate that.
Cheers, mate. Cheers.